Hi everyone, today I'm going to introduce FL Studio's Group Machine synthesizer, which is part of Group Machine, a multi-channel sampler, multi-timbral hybrid synthesizer, which I'm going to focus today, sequencer, and a group box, inspired by hardware of this genre. So in Wikipedia, there's actually a good article about group box history. So I'm going to read off a few lines in the beginning here. A group box is a self-contained electronic or digital musical instrument for the production of live, loop-based electronic music with a high degree of user control, facilitating improvisation. The term group box was originally used in Roland Corporation to refer to its MC303, released in 1996. The term has since entered general use and actually dates back to the Movement Computer Systems drum computer, made in the UK, 1981. A group box consists of three integrated elements, one or more sound sources, such as a drum machine, a synthesizer, like I said earlier, which I'm going to focus on, or a sampler, a music sequencer, lastly, a control surface that is a combination of knobs, sliders, buttons, and display elements. Going back to FL Studio screen here, since I'm really new to FL Studio, I'm going to specifically introduce one of the plugins, a Group Machine synthesizer. So you can see GMS, its name, and it has actually three sections. First, sound source section. Second, articulation section. Lastly, FX section. So I'm going to touch each section briefly and right away demonstrate how to make an interesting sound using these tools. Okay, so at maximum you can use three sound sources, choosing each waveform. I chose saw and sine, not really using the third sound source. As you can see, the third oscillator is all the way turned off, and this is the rate of oscillator 2, the second oscillator, in my case sine wave. And you can actually manage noise level. I messed around with detune, which was really fun, and in modulation section I chose one sync. I wasn't too familiar with other two, so I selected one sync. And by sliding a mount parameter here, it's like pitch slider plus detune knob. And you can choose how many voices you want to have, and like stereo under unison here. And I didn't really use keyboard section at all. Moving on to the second section, articulation, filter, envelope, LFO. We are all familiar with these now. So you can manage cutoff resonance level, also choose type, like type of filter, low pass, band pass, high pass. And moving on to envelope, you can manage attack, decay level, and amount of overall of those. And there are actually two envelope generators. Likewise, there are two LFOs. You can choose rate and amount and how it is synced to the original sound source, and also LFO's waveform here. This amplitude knob is overall envelope generator's gain knob, and attack, decay, sustain, release, lower the level, the faster the effect, like faster the attack is, faster the decay is. And I didn't really touch anything here because I once messed the pitch level here, and then from that point it had a technical issue on my computer, so I didn't really touch anything. Output level as it is was good. Panning in the middle, that's fine. Frequency slide and pitch, they were kind of a little flaky. Lastly, there are 10 effects in FX section: distortion, crusher, flanging, phasing, low pass filter, high pass filter, echoing, reverb, panning, and trance effect. You can patch by gluing, and by degluing you can depatch it. Like it's kind of patching, meaning gluing here in FL Studio. So I'm gonna actually degluing everything so I can demonstrate by selecting randomly one of or two of those effects at a time. So since I briefly went over 3 sections and detailed tools, I'm going to demonstrate from now on. Okay, so I'm going to use saw and sine waveform as they are used in my 2-minute piece music. Alright, and let me actually make some sound. I'm gonna put this level down. Mix rate oscillator, so I can have more saw wave. And okay. That this demonstration was helpful in your own music making, and I'll post some useful links down below, including my 2-minute piece I created using Groove Machine Synth, and also Wix website link where you can read how I created the piece.